Hello and welcome back to a Game of Thrones mod for Crusader Kings 2. We are currently just, waiting till we have enough men to attack Lannisport. We were going to be in this war against our liege, but there was actually no option that allowed us to join the war, which is a little bit unfortunate, but we can live with it. We can live with it. I did try my best to find the right option. Anyway, we will keep going. Of course, there are no custom courtiers, because this is being recorded in the backlog. That I said about last time. My steward informs me that my concubine Isera is with child. Okay, good, I suppose. My liege, I've collected a tithe in Saltcliffe. The money should reach you together with this letter. Your humble steward, Silas Kenning. Oh good, more money. We'll continue to sit on our stash. Yes. And we're basically waiting until these people from Volantis come over here with their dragons, because they have Balerion and Vhagar. Lord Wendell Snow has declared the war of tyranny against King Wyman the Cruel on King Wyman the Cruel. Snow, he is a bastard of the Umber House. Okay. Cool, we'll see if the Umbers can take over the north. John Ald of the Night Song Peasant Revolt declared the Peasant Revolt for Night Song on Storm King Criston the Meek. Yeah, just another Peasant Revolt. King Urin of Westeros got another title that just dropped to him. Yeah, he's not looking good in this war, but he is looking better than the Reach, who currently have pretty much no men with them, which is a bit unfortunate for them. Under my guidance, my young courtier Grisilla is slowly mastering the art of swordsmanship. Grisil Hasterton. She's really not our responsibility. It should probably be her oh, the mother is also dead. Oh, okay. I guess it is ours. And we're not slothful, so I guess we do it, I suppose. Lord Rhaenyra of Dragonstone has usurped the High Lordship of Dragonstone from Lord Davos of Claw Isle. So a Targaryen has now taken Dragonstone from Davos Wendwater. Okay. And the war for that for Dragonstone ended inconclusively because now a Targaryen once again holds it. Which is impressive. The Targaryens are very resilient. Child of a concubine, but still a Targaryen. And actually, the youngest Targaryen still alive, right? Yeah. Weird. Anyway, we'll keep going. We righteously imprisoned Lenzi, son of Dolph. Oh, what's he trying to do? He's trying to replace someone as Castellan? Well, it's obviously a crime worthy of imprisonment. I believe. Obviously. Nothing to do with the fact that he's old gods of the mountain. He managed to avoid my guardsmen, now he's fled to the court of Captain Rogo. Who is Captain Rogo? Of the Iron Shields. Okay. Well, interesting. So he ran away to a mercenary company. We'll get all of these foreign religions out of our land soon enough. Right, weak claims can be pressed. This character still owes us a favour, not really much that we want to do. Oh, what was that? Vhagar Targaryen died after a period of illness. Okay, so he has now lost all of his claims. Did they drop down? Yeah, so all of these have now dropped down to the other Targaryens. Septon Merit of the Faith of the Seven Uprising declared Faith of the Seven Revolt. Justin Benson called in a favour on multiple people. Interesting. Wonder what he's up to. Under my guidance, my young son Cadwell is slowly mastering the art of swordsmanship. Good job, Cadwell. My lord, for some time now I've been observing the poor performance of Master of Arms Lord Manfred, whose failures have become a burden on the entire realm. My supporters and I ask that you remove him from office and appoint me to the council in his stead. Signed, Dennis of House Benson. Dennis, you are better at doing these things. You are craven, you are rude, you are stubborn, you are cynical, so I probably don't like you very much to start with. He is a powerful vassal, but how do we feel about, and we like him, so we're probably going to say no. Who is backing you? Backing you, you have a lot of foreign religions. Well, you have a few foreign people in there. No. We are going to say no. That does not seem like a good idea. And we're not going to have any part in it. A son was born to Christopher Pike and Isera named Todrick. Yeah, okay, we'll have Todrick. One of my salt wives has produced me a new whelp. Todrick will be considered my legitimate child, but this salt son may only inherit when I have no trueborn sons by my rock wife. And we currently still have Cadwell. I may call upon this salt at some point. He gains the trait Disinherited and becomes a member of the Serpentale family. Travelers bring rumors of fire and blood. They say dragons live once more and that Maria now rides Fafnar into battle. Maria is a old god who is hanging around in the Night's Watch. A silent sister in the Night's Watch has tamed a dragon. Okay. I guess the White Walkers are going to have a tough time of it if they ever arrive. I've got an increased amount of questions from Grisel lately about the Drowned God and the rituals of the Drowned God faith. It's time to teach her about the Drowned God, I think. Yes, Grisel. Grisel Hasterton. We will convert you. Yes. She is now of the proper faith. I guess it was good that we were educating her. Get rid of that foreign religion. And she's getting even better with the sword. Yes. Fantastic. Perfect. We still have an open council position for another drowned man, but we don't have any. I guess if we keep taking over land, though, eventually we'll capture somewhere that has a drowned man. For a long while now, you have not felt the presence of the drowned god in your thoughts. You're starting to wonder whether there's any truth in the legends, or perhaps it's just an old book written by clever liars. So it must be so, the drowned god is dead, or this blasphemous feelings will soon pass. You know, I think they'll soon pass. I think we are very much committed to the zealousness at this point. I did not want to go and change our beard. I just wanted to see if we got stressed. Which we did not. It's come to my attention that the Justicar of Stone Tree, Harrick, has bribed and threatened his way through my domain, trying to get enough people to recognise a claim on my title that he's fabricated for his lord, Lord Harren of Stone Tree. Harren Horror of Stone Tree, which is up here. Yeah, this one. My spy master tells me about a plot to kill Maester Malin. My spy master tells me that information about my plot to kill Master Malin might have leaked to someone outside of the conspiracy. We don't know who yet, but we will soon hear from him. Can't my spy master bring me good news? It's come to my attention you are a leader of a plot to kill Master Malin. I find this most fascinating. I bet others would too. I suspect that you would wish to keep this a secret, but my silence comes with a price. Signed, Lord John of Crackhall. Well, we're not going to give him 100 gold. No, I don't care whether it's blackmail or not. We're not giving him a single penny. Harren Horror now has a claim on our title. He actually has less men than us. We could possibly do the same thing back to him. I actually thought he was underneath for some reason I thought he was underneath the Stormlands, because it kind of looks a bit similar. We should get a claim on that. Yeah, definitely. If he's getting claims on our land, we want claims on his land. That's just the way of the world. Someone died who was important, surely. Jonella Stark died. She was previously married to Brandon. Wendell Snow lost his war. How many men do we have now? We have about 2.3 men and... Well, 2.3 thousand. They have still 2.7. King Wyman has usurped the Lordship of Last River from Wendell Snow. And Lord Cregan the Cunning has declared the War of Last Hearth independence on King Wyman the Cruel. How big is that war? We'll see very soon. It's not very big at all. Prince Theoden the Careless has inherited the Lordship of Gaston Grey from Lady Emberly the Unfaithful. Okay, cool. Peasants' Revolt has ended. People are being exiled by the Storm King. What have we got here? A weak claim on the Lordship of Blackwater Bay from Martin Storm. Interesting. Probably not going to do it because Martin Storm is like a foreign religion and it would involve us attacking the Storm King. But interesting that he has the claim. And we actually lost the weak claim the moment that someone was released from Blackwater Bay's dungeon. Oh, we have an important decision. Go on a reaving? Go on a reaving. Well, something to do. Where are we going to go? Well, we've been to the disputed lands. Let's go to Slaver's Bay. Let's go a little bit further away. Let's see how it goes. Level of education for Grisilla. Well, I mean, she may be drowned god, but she is still... She is not our child, and she is costing us money. So, no. Not going to give her a lot of education. The men are ready, the longships prepared. We now begin our journey across the narrow sea to pay the iron price. It will be most profitable. My liege, blessings upon you and your house. I have been appointed as your regent, still as Kenning. Well, that's good. I think he asked to be regent, didn't he, a while back. My courtier Dennis Benson has expressed a desire to get married and has asked for my permission to find a suitable spouse. You can marry as you please, Dennis. Yes. Let's see how this reaving goes. Hopefully we get events for this reaving, because we didn't get any for the last reaving we did. Well, the reavings after the first reaving that we did on our, in our mother's playthrough. Our mother's lifetime, I suppose. This is not a great way of saying that, actually. Anyway, Silas has been a leal and able servant, having successfully completed many tasks in aid of Pike. It would be seen as right and honourable course to reward him with certain incomes and grants, as so far to foster greater loyalty. No. Let's say I owe him a favour. We're not giving him money. The men were enjoying many a hard drink after a few. The men were enjoying many a hard drink after good days reaving. After a good day's reaving? Yeah. When Christopher Mack challenged Harlan Kenning, who was boasting of his reaving exploits, to a finger dance. Christopher was clearly the better of the two. He caught and dodged the axes most ably. Harlan eventually submitted after losing a few fingers. That was a good contest. Yes, definitely. We're at rest after a day of much pillage and raping when I showed I'm clearly the most daring of the Ironborn who can kill, plunder and drink the most. Justin Benson disagrees, however, and challenges me to a finger dance to prove my manliness. Of course I'll accept, yes. Perhaps my decision to accept Justin Benson's challenge was not wise, as axes flew to and fro. He was clearly more assured and quicker. I had to give in after losing some fingers for fear of my life. And we've been wounded by that. Oh no. Wait, were we wounded? That looks like... That is wounded. I thought that was maimed for a second there. My courtier, Martin Macy, has expressed a desire to get married and has asked for my permission to find a suitable spouse. We can say no, which is definitely something we might do. Yeah, he's a foreign religion. We're going to say no. You cannot marry. We'll see what he does. Ironborn longships cut through the water swift and sure, hence we have successfully pursued a small merchant fleet. If we were to attack and pay our iron price for their cargo, we would gain much and more. Let's attack. The enemy merchants were too well armed for us to take their gold. They utilised their warships to good effect, not allowing us to board their merchant vessels. We lost a few good men and we should be able to take... But we shall be back to take our iron price. Yeah, that wasn't good. That was a failed raid. Definitely not a good thing for us. Right, the wound is finally healed, leaving behind a pretty grotesque scar. Pretty cool. I don't know what it is. Yes. The old wound has finally healed, leaving a pretty grotesque scar behind. Yeah, I'm going to need to take a break after this episode. I am a little bit tired. Wait, why would we want to imprison her? She's trying to replace Spori as Spymaster. Cool. Right. What else do we have going on around here? Not really a lot. These wars are about to end. A scout has spied a coastal fishing village. He says there is much plunder and many women to be found there. Let the reaving begin. The raid was a roaring success. The screams of the peasants and the crackle of fire were sweet music to the reaver's ears. We have gained much plunder and honour this day. Good, good. Finally getting some of our prestige back that we lost for a while. Urin Goodbrother, now known as the Open-Handed, because he's charitable. Fair enough, fair enough. Faith of the Seven revolt ended in Westeros. After a hard day's reaving, the men are having a strong drink while we rest at anchor. Another reaving is bragging of the many he has killed this day and how he is the boldest of the Ironborn here. My companions think I should challenge him to a finger dance to prove otherwise. Well, Eldis, I am the boldest. I challenge you. Despite all his bravado, Eldis proved himself a craven. He backed down from your challenge to a finger dance. Oh well, of course. Yeah, we are the best after all. I like that we're getting events now. Actually having events while reaving makes it a little bit more interesting. Oh, and there's another eldest who is now dead. That would have been the child of Jean, who was the daughter of Pete. Is Pete still around? Or is this a different Jean? No, Pete's still around. It's a different Jean. Okay. The reaving party have been roving the coast when a local patrol headed by Krasnus of Vadhadhan attacked. We of course easily butchered these people, but the glory surely belongs to Will Winch, who bested Krasnus in single combat, swinging the battle in our favour. He now expects to be rewarded. Well, no. Your glory is reward enough. Obviously. News from Ulvis Mel, my lord. A new dragon has entered the world. Illyria Vassar has apparently successfully hatched one, and has named the he-dragon Goldscale. Do you have two dragons now? Or Does you look like you're related to the other person? Yes, you are. This is actually the child of Corhys and Dahlia. And they now have Balerion, they have Vagar, and they now have Goldscale. Wow, that's a lot of dragons. That's definitely looking like Volantis is a dangerous place to go to. A raven has arrived from the Citadel. We should prepare as winter is coming. King Wyman the Cruel has inherited the lordship of Moat Callan from Master Donner the Rash. Cool. And how many men do we have available to us? Now that we have a look at, if we want to have a look at this, we have a 2.5, and Lannisport still is 2.7. And do we have any alliances we can get? Like, we currently have the non-aggression pact with our wife here, but our wife doesn't have anyone who has land in our family. Okay. Oh well. We'll just continue waiting. A rumor about a spy sneaking around in my own castle was confirmed this morning when I caught him red-handed. Well, we're Roth, and it's given us a trait just because we're Roth, so we'll get carve out his eyes. Yes, we're temporarily cruel. Okay. Ironborn longships cut through the water swift and sure, hence we have successfully pursued a small merchant fleet. If we were to attack and pay our iron price for the cargo, we'd gain much more. Let's attack. The fleet was fairly well defended. We lost a few men seizing their ships, as well as taking some damage to our longships, but in the end no one can resist the Ironborn reavers and much cargo, as well as many captives were taken. Cool. Manfred Ironfoot has proved himself worthy to be called Ironborn, and he has captured himself a salt wife, Azaria, who is of the Harpy faith. Good man. Right. My lord, I, Crom, sincerely ask that be allowed to pursue a career as a drowned man of the drowned god, so I may finally dedicate myself to studying the legends and worshipping the drowned god. Well, of course, I give you permission to go and study. Yes, and hopefully you'll come back and actually be our priest. After a hard day's reaving, the men are having a strong drink whilst we rest at anchor. Another reaver is bragging of the many he has killed this day and how he's the boldest of the Ironborn here. My companion is like I should challenge him to a finger dance. Well, of course I'll challenge Lord Justin of Lordsport. Justin Benson accepted my challenge to a finger dance and must surely regret it. The axes flew back and forth whilst I moved with grace and conviction, catching and dodging every blade that flew my way. I got too much for Justin. He had a panicked look throughout and eventually submitted after losing a few fingers. None can dance as well as I. And that's the same thing but from the other side. Cadwell has voted against slightly levy-focused noble obligations due to returning a favour to Maester Beric. So Cadwell Cod, our father, is in a different court. So that doesn't really affect us at all, but okay, fine. He did it. Your vassal, Master Tristan, was long thought dead, his ship sunk down by the storm gods whilst at sea, yet here he is now striding through your hall, and he has changed. He is wearing a rough-spun robes and carrying a driftwood cudgel. He says he was drowned, yet the drowned god chose to spare him, and he will now devote his life to serving him. What is dead may never die, but rises harder and stronger. So, Master Tristan of Grey Garden gains the trait Drowned, which is actually brilliant because it means that we can have him as our drowned man. Yes, we now have one, and we can, I suppose, convert people, or do we want to zeal? If you don't use the troops for raids or wars of conquest, they'll get angry at you and you'll lose piety. I suppose we want to build zeal? I mean, we could try and convert, but it seems like we're more of the forceful type in terms of our conversion. Right, well that seems like a good point to end the episode. Thanks for watching and I'll see you next time. Goodbye.